What's good, y'all? Superhero DJ John Quick in the building. You know what it is. He's the DJ, she's the actress. We wait for the actress, but we're going to have a couple of them on here tonight. Let's get it, y'all. DJ John Quick, Bobby Baker, Bobby Baker, DJ John Quick, Bobby Baker.
He's the DJ, she's the actress. He's the DJ, she's the actress. He's the DJ, she's the actress. Actress.
What's good, y'all? Superhero DJ John Quick for episode 13 of He's the DJ, She's the Actress. Now, Bobby, listen, you know what? I'm going to spill it. I'm going to spill the tea on Bobby. Bobby is looking for some headphones, all right? This is not the first time. But you know what? It's all love. She'll be joining us shortly. And, of course, we got some super dope guests tonight. We got, my homegirl, Delta Sigma Theta's very own India Browne will be in the building shortly. She is one of the top dancers for The Lion King on Broadway. And we have Bobby's cousin, or she's her niece. I can't remember. But anyway, her name is Birgundi Baker. She's super talented, like one of my favorite young actresses right now. And she's going to be joining us. She's from the show The Shy. And I ain't going to front. It's on Showtime. I don't have Showtime. So when, I heard that we were going to have her as a guest, I said, all right, let me start binging this week. And oh my God, I could kick myself. This is one of the dopest shows that, I can remember ever viewing. And I've binging like I see you Burgundy backstage. I binged, no lie, in 2 days, I binged probably, it has to be like 2 seasons and a half. Yeah. I'm like almost, well, I won't say the half, but I'm like 2 episodes into season 3 and I can't turn away from it. Actually, after this podcast, I'm going to get right back into binge mode because I want to be all caught up because I believe they debut their new season on the 22nd. So yeah. So I was trying to wait for Bobby. I don't know where she's at. I'm sure she's going to find some headphones at some point, but I guess we need to get into, my favorite part of the show in terms of just me and Bobby, and that is called File This Under. So let's go through some news items, y'all. So the first tidbit I want to talk about is my man Kwame Brown versus the All the Smoke podcast and Stephen A. Smith. Now, if you have, unless you've been living under a rock, Kwame Brown, who was actually at one time a first round draft pick by Michael Jordan in the Washington Wizards. And, his career, didn't turn out the way it should have. Now, mind you, he played 11 years in the NBA. Oh my God, I just got a text from Bobby. Anyway, we'll share that later. Anyway, yeah, he played 11 years in the NBA. He never really fulfilled his potential as the number 1 overall first round pick. So over the years, he's been ridiculed and everything. But that dude, he's just been minding his business. He's just been minding his business, chilling. And then the other day, on the All the Smoke podcast, Gilbert Arenas, who used to play for the Wizards at that time, he actually brought him up and people start talking about him. And, I guess, Kwame got wind of it. I guess he said enough was enough. And when I tell you, he started dropping bombs on brothers, man, like when he called Matt Barnes, Becky with the good hair, I almost spit out my food. Yo. And then, he basically, just, Hold on. Let me answer Bobby real quick. Just look over there. And then he basically just obliterated Steven Jackson. And then Stephen A. Smith. Now, mind you, as a proud member of Omega Psi Phi, I don't like nobody else talking, on behalf of the frat. But he kind of went in on Stephen A. Smith talking about you are honorary Q. You ain't never been online, all that. So it was pretty ugly. It got pretty ugly. And I want to know. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What did you think of all this? Like, I just think that I just think that we got to stop tearing down our brothers. We really do. We got to stop tearing down our brothers. That man ain't said nothing to nobody in years. And from what I'm hearing is like the dude made $64 million playing basketball. So he don't have to work another day for the rest of his life. And on top of that, he does stuff in his community. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we gaining by tearing this man down? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. So somebody please in the comments help me understand, like, why are we like this, as a people? Like, come on, man, leave that dude alone. He is not bothering anybody. So I'm gonna file this under be careful what you wish for, because I'm sure they didn't expect that blowback that they received, from Kwame. And let me tell you, it was funny because, being on social media, everybody has an opinion about, who would win if they did actually go to the smoke. And let me tell y'all, man, Kwame Brown, when he was playing, he was 7 feet, 260 pounds. So you can imagine he hasn't played in probably like 6-7 years. So I'm guessing he's anywhere between 280 and 300 pounds. And I've seen Matt Barnes in person. Like, a strong wind is going to lift that brother off the ground. He's not a thick person at all. So I don't think him, or matter of fact, Steven Jackson isn't either. So I don't think it would be a good look for either one of them. But I hope, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. And, I just wish brothers would stop tearing each other down. We got enough of that coming from the outside of the culture. All right. So we're going to file this under be careful what you wish for. So let's go into this next topic as I wait for my co-host to come on. Oh, this is crazy. So Sinead O'Connor, who actually did a cover of Prince's a Prince song way back in the day. It's funny right now. I can't even think of the name of the song. I can't think of it. Somebody knows the name of the song Sinead O'Connor covered by Prince. Please put it in the comments. I can't remember right now. I'm having a brain fart. But anyway, she claims that she was attacked by Prince, and the way she told the story, it's not the first time she's told this story, but it's crazy because, again, as I read the article, I found out that she's going to be releasing a book. So I'm not surprised that this is coming out again now. But apparently, Prince invited her to his house, and was basically, saying like, hey, because Prince is actually was a Jehovah's Witness. And he's basically saying like, look, I know, I let you rock this song and everything, but listen, I don't appreciate you doing all this cursing when you're in your interviews or whatever. Like, I guess he expected her to represent him the way he would want to be represented if you're going to be a part of this, Paisley Park type situation. And she basically said, F you. And then according to her, he threw a pillow at her, but the pillow had something in it that was hard. And it ended up being, he was chasing her around the house. And, it just sounded kind of bizarre. But she said it like she had to escape from his spot. And I just think it's first of all, I hate when people tell stories about people who are not here, because obviously they can't defend themselves. Now they said, oh boy, y'all get ready to haze this one, because my co-host is coming in. Oh yeah. You deserve straight wood right now. You deserve all the smoke. You deserve all the smoke, Bobby. I never get on you. I'm like that favorite big brother. I love you to death, but today you deserve to be hazed.
I know.
But you know what? I love you anyway. So listen, I'd already talked about the Kwame Brown stuff, which has been, and I'm getting into the story about Sinead O'Connor and Prince, and how she said that he chased her around the house and she had to escape. So, I ain't gonna front. When I first saw the headline, I was scared that it was some sexual stuff. Whatever. I was like, first of all, Prince has had the baddest chicks on the planet, so I know he wasn't trying to, take it forcibly from you.
Right.
But it ended up, she really felt like he physically attacked her. And, the story just sounds a little spotty. And again, then you have to remember, she has the book that she's promoting. So I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know, but it just sounds weird to me. What you think?
I'm telling you, like, I've been giggling ever since I read the story. I mean, not to discredit her experience at all, but when she said he playfully invited her to have a pillow fight and it was something in the pillowcase, I lost it.
Exactly.
I'm like, what?
I know she was like, these ain't feathers.
Right. I was like, my first thought was, she not used to having pillow fights. That was the zipper. It was a couch pillow. That was the zipper. It reminded me of that scene in Step Brothers when Will Ferrell and oh boy, they having an argument in bed, but they got to whisper so their parents won't hear them. And Will Ferrell was like, I'm gonna take a pillowcase and fill it with bars of soap and beat the shit out of you with it. Like that's what that reminded me of.
My thing is like, what was in the pillowcase though? That's what wasn't bars of soap.
Right. Prince done put a pebble in the pillowcase. Let me find out. He's so petty.
So listen. We gonna file this under escape from Prince's crib. Escape from New York, escape from Prince's crib. Nah, God bless him, man. I so miss that brother. He is just an amazing talent. And
how did she get on the highway? I'm sorry to keep going back, but how did you walk to the highway? Because I looked it up and she said this happened in 1991. Cell phones was out because New Jack City came out and Nino Brown had a cell phone. So why didn't she have one?
Exactly.
Now, how did she walk all the way to the highway? I'm so confused by that story.
Yeah, there's definitely. Matter of fact, we may have to refile this one under like suspect.
Yes. Somebody's thirsty.
Absolutely. So listen. So listen. Me as an Omega, you as a Delta.
Yeah,
and certainly you as an actress. We have to talk about this situation with Omari Hardwick.
Yeah.
And he has he's gonna be starring in a zombie movie, a Zack Snyder zombie movie. It's called Army of the Dead. And actually, the geek that I am, I'm gonna stay up tonight to watch it. It actually debuts Friday technically, but I will be there at 12:01 a.m. to watch it because that's what black nerds do.
That's what blurs do.
Yeah, that's what blurs do. But anyway, shout out to all the blurs in the building. But his role is he's an alpha. For those who don't know, remember Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated in real life. Mm-hmm. But his role, Zack Snyder wanted this particular character to be a Q. So there's a picture going around on the internet where he's, I don't know what he's doing, but he's got his shirt off, whatever. Look like he's doing something manly or whatever. But he has an Omega brand on his, left side of his chest. And his brothers are definitely giving him heat about it. And I think rightfully so. Now let me go back. Now I understand that, as an actor or an actress, that's your job and that's what you got to do. Yeah. But I've seen actors and actresses, when something's not totally right, like you guys were talking about last week with the script, with certain parts of the script, you can sit down and talk to your director, like, you know what? Can I talk to you about this for a second? Because let me explain to you why. Now, here's what I would have did, Bobby. Mm-hmm. If that was an alpha character that I had to play, and I'm an Omega, I would have listen, Zach. No disrespect, but there are 4 major black fraternities. I would have named them all, and I would have said, "Look, I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi, and what we don't wear each other's, paraphernalia." I said. And I would have said to him, like, look, this is not a historical character, so he could be a member of any other fraternities. I could understand if this was like, if we were doing something on, MLK or whatever, or any famous, Greek person, that if there was a scene where they had a brand, then you'd have to put on a prosthetic or whatever. But for a fictional character, bro, like because I think I need you to understand the type of heat that I'm going to feel from this. So I'm telling you, Bobby, I would not have gotten up from that chair from that meeting without him understanding that he's technically putting my life in peril. Yes. So that's what it would have been. But here's the thing that bugged me out matter of fact, you know what? Hold up. Before I continue, I'm gonna let y'all watch the interview where he's talking about it, because then you'll understand a little bit about just about the whole vibe and how kind of weird it was to me. But let's go.
Some truths to the fact that if you impress him enough, then he might pick up the phone and call you again for some things. Now, as it pertains to the shout out to your brothers of Omega Psi Phi, which one of my grandfathers was a Q and one was an Alpha. And obviously, as you know, I went Alpha. But yes, there is the first moment.
I'm a former Miss Black and Gold. I just want to put that out there as well.
Mwah.
She says that all the time.
Shut up. It's true.
About that. That's her thing. That's her thing, Amari.
And
Talks about it all the time.
You probably thought to yourself, damn, we got O on today. I wonder how quick she'll bring up that she was a former Miss Black and Gold. What?
I was Miss Black and Gold. I was prom queen. The king.
He opened the door. I walked through it. He opened the door. I had to.
I love it. So he ended up having a conversation with me, and I said, "Well, you know, Zach, this is gonna make a lot of Alpha brothers very confused." He's like, "Well," I said, "I'm actually an Alpha." He went, "Oh, right. It's not the same fraternity." I said, "No, Zach, I'm actually an Alpha." He goes, "Well, I want this guy to be an Omega. I want him to be a Q." And I said, "Well, you know, my grandfather, who was the Q, will be quite happy. He will rest in peace. He passed season 4 of Power. He will sit and go, that boy finally did it." But I would be a confusing mess of that which already Omari is a confusing mess. So it probably is fine that half the world will look at it and go, "Dog, you just betrayed the Black and Gold like horribly." And then all of my brothers that were Qs, who I'm super close to this day, shout outs to the big ones of Jesse Jackson and Shaq and Michael Jordan and all of them. But even the non-prominent ones who I'm so close to, my uncle included, I would say that this is the first time you've ever seen an Alpha and a Q on the same body, on the same flesh, bro. I had a brand. I had the full. I did that shit. I like really.
The whole nine. Amari coming there with some black and gold boots on and the purple thing with the camo shorts.
That's
dude,
right.
Should be crazy.
You nasty Q dog.
You go to a Q dog and all of a sudden you talking to a girl and then she up in the air.
You just pick your girl up.
On them shoulders.
Just pick your girl. And they love it. They like, "Oh my God." And you like, well,
and the problem is he can play it off and be like, "I was just throwing up."
Oh yeah.
You got caught in my throw up and you went up. And
yeah. And I'm like, well, I guess, you know, me and her future is done. Like, get up.
I love that, bro. Yeah. So Zach, I thought it was smooth that Zach even was hip enough to go,
Yeah.
That is.
I think he should be a QO and this is what I want. And do you have a brand as an Alpha? I said, "No, I got a tattoo." He said, "Then we're all good." So you see this big ass brand on Vander O's chest. And no, it's not O's chest, but it is O's chest. So I'm probably going to get a lot of interview questions about that.
So I got a couple more questions for you, but
No. Hell no. Yo, if a bro were to do that, and for those of you who don't know, bros are the Qs, all right? Don't get twisted. He would be labeled cat. Like opposite of a dog, cat. Like real talk. But again, I'll tell you, I would understand if he was a historical figure, that's your job, and I would understand. But he's not. Come on, bro. He's not. You should have tried harder. Dude was giddy about it. He was happy to be wearing that brand. He looked really happy about it. But go ahead. You're the actress. So I'm gonna defer to you, even though I already know my answer.
Yeah. I mean, my first question is: was it a real brand or is it Spirit Gum?
No, it's probably Spirit Gum. Yeah.
Okay, so Spirit Gum. I mean, honestly, John, I don't see. I'm cool with it as an actor because they used to tell us in school, you're not you, but you're not you.
Yeah.
And you have to fully embody the character. It's the same as people who lose 100 pounds for a role, gain 100 pounds for a role, who do things that they wouldn't normally do, and they alter their physical. You have to alter your physical. Sometimes you have to alter your mental. And I would say, and Omari probably feels the same way, I answer to my calling before I answer to my sorority, because my calling came first.
True.
And I'm here on this earth to fulfill my calling. True. You know what I'm saying?
No,
and really it's like, it's like for example, Black actors, we have it a little different. It's like, if we don't exactly have the leverage to put up a big old stink about stuff, or we'll be labeled difficult. It's like Taraji Henson in Benjamin Button. She walked away from that movie with $40,000. And she tried to fight for it, but they were like, it's plenty Black actresses who would go for it for 40,000. So take it or leave it. So it's like, we don't really have the leverage to be like, but I'm loyal to my cousin. You know what I mean?
No, you didn't. Don't ever do that again. Please, I beg of you.
Walking at the white man. He don't know. He don't get it. They don't get it.
Yeah.
I
understand. You know what? I swear I understand 100% of you, but hell no. No, because you know how the bros are.
I do.
You know how the bros are. And that's one movie. That's one movie that I have to be like, yo, you know what? Zach, I'm a fan of yours, but if we can't work this out, bro. And my thing is this.
Hold on. A movie.
Hold on. Absolutely. And let me tell you, hold on. And let me tell you why. Because it's been done before. Morris Chestnut played a Q. He's a Sigma. He wasn't rocking no brand or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that's actually sacred, like real talk. Like, and there's certain lines that, I mean, now don't get me wrong. I'm not somebody, to cut somebody's money, but for me personally, I couldn't do it. There's certain lines I can't cross. I mean, I literally grew up in the frat. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm legacy. So that's not an option for me. Hell no. Nobody's trying to hear. Nobody's trying to hear. But he got so many million for it. Okay, that's cool. But you're gonna have to live a lifetime of side eyes from bros. I mean, and that's being nice. That's being nice. You know what I'm saying? So I get where you're coming from as an artist. Yes, you have to immerse yourself in the work, this, that, and the other. But there's always exceptions. So we'll find us under, bro. You wild.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If somebody cast me as an AKA, get ready. I'm gonna be working on my. I'm gonna be working on it.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. So listen, sis. We reread it late as usual, but let's bring on our first guest. All right.
All right.
Our first guest is. Hold on. Is that your dog?
Yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
One I couldn't find earlier. Hey, take him somewhere and shut him up.
Oh, I mean, be careful when you say and shut him up, because we think about we're gonna be talking about the Chi later on, so you gotta be careful when you say things like that. But anyway, we're gonna bring on first your sis and my baby sis. She's Alvin Ailey trained. She used to dance for the New Jersey Nets, who are probably going to win the NBA championship this year. And she's currently one of the top dancers who's been featured on ESPN Sports Science, by the way, for the Lion King on Broadway. Super dope sister and brand new mommy too. So we're going to bring her on the stage. Her name is India Browne, y'all. Y'all welcome that beautiful soul India Browne to the building. What's good?
Hey, guys.
Hey, beautiful.
So what's going on? What's going
Honey,
on?
I was backstage tripping out on y'all's whole conversation about Omari and the bros. He
hold on.
wasn't forgetting about that now. I will give you that, guy.
India, where are you from?
I'm from Georgia originally, Athens, Georgia.
You know about the bros, right?
Yeah. All about it. I know that was a cat move, I will say.
So
but I'm with you, Sora. Get your money now. Get your money.
Hold on. Get the money and hire security.
You can go ahead and just leave the organization altogether. Just wrap it up.
That's you might as well just say, you know what, it's been great, but this 20 mil looking sweet. So
hello, that lifetime commitment to Alpha Phi Alpha. Yeah. Thank you.
So anyway, let's get this party started. So India, first of all, we all know the story of Broadway and you know the pandemic and everything, and like you were smoking on Broadway. Like I've seen her, Bobby. I went to see her twice in London. And hold up, and please tell her how many different characters you play.
Whew, I can't even remember anymore. I think it's about, I want to say like 8 different characters.
8 different characters.
Yeah, Gazelle, Lioness. Yeah, about 8 different characters. Yep.
Yeah, I wish I still had the sports science stats because they were saying you ran for the show. You run about, I think it was like 3 miles or something. Something like that. 3 miles through the show. Yeah, all together between the characters.
I was gagging too, Bobby. I was gagging. Like, I do. What?
You almost you hadn't have known that.
Yeah.
Right. It's like too hard for this show now. Wait a minute.
Now listen, for those who don't know, Google ESPN Sports Science and then put India Bolds because that's what it's under, India Bolds. Yeah. And so they did a whole special on her. They hooked her up to this apparatus which tested her endurance, her strength, and it was just bananas the work she puts in. But anyway, getting back to my original question, what the hell you been doing, girl? Like since this pandemic and y'all shut down because it's been a long time.
I have been doing the most. So I actually was pregnant right before the pandemic hit. I had a beautiful baby girl in July. So I was preoccupied. I was trying to learn how to be a new mommy. Once I had baby girl, I ended up, I was feeling kind of stale and stagnant and feeling like uninspired and bored. So I actually created a YouTube channel. Really? Basically just where I just review the baby products and the baby items. Because one thing was for sure when I the first week baby was here, I just was lost. I didn't know what to do, what to think, where to begin, what to use, what's good. And you look at your baby, they're so precious. So you don't want to just do a trial and error situation. You want to just get it right the first time. Yeah. So I decided to dedicate this new mommy journey to help other women, cut to the chase. It's so many products and items out there to choose for. Some of them are really expensive. So I just wanted to help people build their baby registry. So that's what I did. Two Loves and a Like was born. And I have just been diving right in ever since. And of course, trying to, keep up with the 9-month-old.
Go ahead, Bobby. I know you want to jump in here.
Yeah. So with the pandemic, so you being on Broadway and you bringing this beautiful baby girl into the world, how did you process? Because there was a lot going on with Broadway. We See You. And all of those and that whole movement surrounding George Floyd. And so for you to be sandwiched between this Broadway career and bringing another life into this world where suddenly everything is heightened exponentially. How was that time for you as a new mom and being between both worlds, having this history with Broadway, but also, a responsibility to your daughter, if you felt that way? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. 2020 came with a lot of different emotions, feelings, and outlooks on life. Basically where you are in the world right now. What does your future look like? What are you doing with yourself? Are you doing things wrong? And especially as a Black woman, the experience for me was quite terrifying, to be very honest with you. Like I say, I was pregnant And there's this issue now, even with Black women and pregnancy and delivery, where there have been some women who've gone into the hospital just fine and have died or, lost their baby. So there's this struggle between trusting the medical professionals and Black women. So I was definitely already on that wave of just, what do? I don't want them to take advantage of me. I don't, I want to advocate for myself. And it empowered me along the way because I worked with a doula and she just gave me all of these different things to think about. Just, she gave me a list of things to write down to say, listen, if this hurts, believe me. If I'm telling you this is what I'm feeling. So just going through that journey altogether and then going back in hindsight, seeing the struggle and the fight that people had in the Broadway community, it just empowered me. I'm going to go back with a new outlook just to say, listen, because before we left, if I'm being truthful, we've always kind of had a struggle to either get makeup artists who know how to apply foundation to our face that actually looks natural, or to get hairstylists in there to actually, protect our hair underneath these wigs. But, before we were just kind of having conversations with ourselves and trying to congregate to say, listen, we should stand up and say something. And we at the Lion King actually did sit down with a couple of our producers to say, we would love to see some of these changes. We understand, maybe if you don't understand, you don't have to completely know everything about our hair or our makeup or whatever we need. However, we need to have a conversation. You need to open up the door for us to educate you. So, just walking away, seeing how many people stood up for the fight for equality and for the George Floyd Black Lives Matter movement, it completely empowered me. I'm going to go back. I'm going to be more vocal and direct. I'm just going to say what it is. Before, I would kind of shy away or just kind of let them do whatever because, going back to the point that you were saying before, you kind of you don't want to do anything to ruffle feathers. You just want to get your money, or you want to perform. You want to be your best self. You don't want to seem difficult, like you mentioned before. Mm-hmm. But I think a little bit of that part is kind of gone now. It's time to stand up. It's time to speak up and just say, listen, this doesn't have to be controversial. It doesn't have to be an issue, or I don't have to be aggressive about it. However, you don't know, and I do. So let's have a conversation. Let me educate you. Let me help you help me.
That's what I was trying to tell Mari that. Like, come on, that white dude don't know the grief you about to face.
Okay. And it's okay. We're not here. I think some in the past, the issue has been, because I've noticed too in certain conversations, the issue is everyone's just afraid to speak up. Like on the white people's end, if I can say that, on the white people's end, they don't want to seem like they don't know. They want to seem like they're down. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, you don't know. Okay, you don't know everything. But that is why I am here. This is why we can have a conversation. I bounce off you, you bounce off me, and we all educate ourselves. You don't have to come to the table with this I know it all mentality just because you may be in some sort of authoritarian position, Mm-hmm. I think time is cut out for that. I think we are all about to be in a space where actors, performers, dancers can have a conversation. Because as a dancer, we joke around and say we're at the bottom of the totem pole. We used to lay out our own marlin floors, iron our own costumes, beat our own faces. We never felt like we had a microphone to speak into. So this is it has done nothing but empower me and make me feel very excited to stand up for myself,
That's what's up. Now listen, sister, you mentioned you're dancing. Like, to me, like you're like a professional athlete and an actor, like built into one in your role at the Lion King. So what I want you to share with our listeners is, like, when it's Lion King season and you're doing your thing, what is your daily routine? Because you have to take care of your body.
Absolutely. So we're required to come in about 30 minutes before the show time, before the curtain goes up, right? Yeah. So I usually go in about an hour to an hour and a half. First of all, I live in Brooklyn, so I have to travel kind of far to get there. So I want to give myself plenty of time. And people always laugh at me when I say this because, I'm a small framed gal, but they're like, girl, you greedy. But I always like to have a nice, good, decent meal first. Like as soon as I get to the theater, I got to have a good protein, vegetable, starch, something to stick to me because this is a 2.5-hour show. And little frail old me, I won't survive, right?
She is not frail, y'all. She built like a superhero. All right, don't get it twisted. she built like the extra Avenger they didn't have. But go ahead, continue.
So yeah, the first thing I do, I get there, I eat. I make sure I eat. I get some energy, some fuel. Then I'll go ahead and do my makeup, and I do a lot of actually various warm-ups, about 15 minutes to 20-minute warm-ups. Now, people always laugh about that too, because a lot of my castmates actually do longer warm-ups. Now, for me, I always encourage people, do what's best for you. As I mentioned, our show is 2.5 hours long and it's high intensity movement. So I don't need to do too much to burn myself out before I even get started. But I do need to do something. So I get in there, I stretch, I do some cardio, I do a brief little ballet bar just to kind of get my bones moving and to, get a little flexible and a little loose and ready. And then sometimes I do a couple of vocal warm-ups just to, get some pipes out, a little dusted off. and then, I get dressed and it's showtime.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Bob, you got anything else before we let this sister go?
I just wanted to say real quick, I saw your engagement on
that video was fire.
Oh my gosh. How sweet was that?
Big shout to Dale. That's my guy. Tell him I said that. That's my guy.
God. So beautiful.
Thank you.
That was gorgeous.
So Bobby, because she's like a little sister to me. She already knows. So, but when I saw that video that Dale did for her, I was like, oh, she's in good hands. Yeah, that man loves every inch of her. You know what I'm saying?
Honey, I was floored. So it's so funny because we always, it was around Christmas. We got engaged on Christmas Eve, right? And that week we usually do like Secret Santas. And we do all types of stuff. We either buy things for each other or we do like little performances. So if you see me, I'm looking, I'm blown away and I'm surprised. But in the very beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm into it. Because I was thinking my Secret Santa about to, do a little something. It just wasn't even on my radar. But yeah, he showed out. Oh my goodness. I mean, he flew my family and friends in from Georgia.
Wow. Yo,
and let me tell you, this brother, he dances socially, but he does not follow choreography. And it was so sweet to see him try to keep up with these professional dancers. Poor thing. He did his best.
Nah, he represented. So he disproves the notion that there are no good black men out there, because he definitely did his thing for my baby sis. Absolutely. So sis, let the people know how they can reach you on social media.
Okay, so yeah, you can reach me personally at Flat Feet. I'm gonna write it down because the spelling is a little different. You can reach me at Flat Feet, or you could also follow my YouTube channel. It's 2 Loves and a Like, or 2 Loves 1 Like on Instagram or Facebook. But I'm gonna put it right here for you because the spelling is a little off. I try to be cute.
Let me blow you up so they can see you.
I have my little banner like y'all have. real ghetto.
So all right, sis. So thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you. Can't wait to see you again. I'm coming back for a 3rd time.
Come on.
And the most
tickets are already sold out for the first day, September 14th. Lion King will be back. The first day already sold out. Yeah.
But Bobby, most importantly, we'd like to thank her for wearing that purple and gold.
Let me take it off. Where's my crimson and cream? I'm gonna play that, Sarah. I don't play that. Where's my crimson and cream?
Bobby, I'm done with you. I'll see you later, sis.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye. Yeah, she is just so dope. Like, just good people, man, and super freaking talented, man. Like, that when you get sis, when you get a chance, check out the ESPN Sports Science on India Bowls. Like, it's definitely worth your while. Just amazing.
That's so great.
Listen, we're running a little late, and you know what?
Every time you say that.
Hold on. It's not your fault because we've just been really talkative tonight, and I'm having a great time, which is a good thing. And we can thank Omari for that. But anyway, is she your niece or your cousin?
No, she's my niece-ter.
Your niece-ter. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Gotcha.
She is my blood niece. Technically, she's my niece, but we grew up in the same household.
Wow.
And we're not that far apart in age. It's only like 10 years age difference between us. So we were raised like sisters. Like, she don't do what I say.
Really?
So, yeah.
Really? Oh, she's one of those, huh? All right.
Well, no, she's good, but she never did. I never could like tell her what to do. Yeah.
Well, she's not supposed to. You like big sister. She not like, I never listened to my big sister. I'd be like, okay, sure. Got it. But anyway, all I know is, oh my God, like, it's not even fair for one family to have this much talent. Like, she is phenomenal.
She is
like, phenomenal. Like, I was sitting there like, wow, she's a great actress. And the funny thing is, remember I told you I used to coach a high school girl step team?
Yeah.
She reminds me of one of my students. I was like, oh my God, yeah, absolutely. So, but anyway, super talented, just like her auntie.
Man, y'all don't even know the half. Y'all don't even know the half.
I'm gonna let you introduce her, and I'll bring her on. You introduce her.
Well, I mean, what can I say? This young phenom is relentless in everything that she does. She was born a star. She was born to do this. Ever since she could walk and talk, she has been special. She has been set apart, and nothing and no one has swayed her. And here she is walking in her gifts. She is Keisha on The Shy. And she's my Boogie. Hey, look.
Well, I just want to say, Birgundi, you have a new fan. I'm officially your new uncle. You can call me Uncle Quick, Uncle John, whatever. But you are amazing. Like I'm your auntie's biggest fan. She knows, aside from her husband, because he's bigger than me. But literally, I'm her second biggest fan. But I can see that whatever it is, whatever little mixture your moms used to put together, or your dad used to put together, it worked because both of y'all are super talented. And I am so hooked in the show. Like, I can't wait to finish this so I can go ahead and, I think I'm on episode 3 of season 3. Yeah, episode 3 of season 3. So I'm really enjoying it. And I'm like, where's Keisha? So anyway, so sis, I know you start this out, man, because I have so many questions, but go ahead. I want you to start it out.
Well, I guess I don't even know where to start myself. What Tootie? What? Okay, let me just tell the people. Cause I don't think I've ever called her Birgundi a day in her life unless I was like talking to one of her teachers or something like that. It doesn't even. I can't even form it.
No, that's the first time I ever heard you say it. Just now was the first time I heard you say it.
Right, like I was trying to think before we got on. I was like, when have I ever called her? I don't think I have. So just now, yeah. I was today years old when I called my niece Birgundi.
What do you normally call her?
So she's Tootie. She's Tootie. So all the girls in the family, our first name begins with B and end in I, and our nickname begins with T and end in I. So you got Brandy, Bobby, Billy, and Birgundi, Tweety, Toki, Toy, and Tootie. And that's Tootie.
Okay.
I was just explaining that to somebody today. I was at the bank and I was just explaining that to her. And she was like, oh, my family does the same thing. We all have A names. I was like, no, y'all don't.
No. Right.
Now that is a fun, that's what you call a fun fact. So listen, what I want to know is, what am I calling you, Tootie or Birgundi? I'll just call you Birgundi because that's our family thing. So I'm gonna call you Birgundi. So Birgundi, what inspired you to become an actress?
You see, I don't know if you see I'm pointing in the right direction, but that one right there. Hey, Dre.
That's what's up. Jesse, what up? Yeah, this is beautiful, y'all. So for those of y'all listening on Spotify, you know, her son just came and gave Bobby a hug, and she's pointing at Bobby as inspiration. But anyway, go ahead. I had to do the play-by-play real quick. But go ahead.
Yes. Well, as y'all know, Toki went to Juilliard, and we would all drive up as a family and go see her shows. And that was the first time that I was like exposed to art and theater and acting and all that. So we would go see her shows, and I remember going to see The Bluest Eye. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Was it Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
No, that was probably I forgot. I know what you're talking about though, but I forgot the name of it. It
was a real serious play.
Yeah.
And her senior cabaret. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, we come from a family where the house is just loud, singing, dancing, talking, joking on each other, all that. So to be able to see that into a profession, I was like, oh my goodness. And she took me under her wing. I remember her preparing me for contests. And I remember one time, I don't know if you remember, but I wanted to audition for Apollo. And she would record me and we would watch it, and she would do that different, and record me and watch it, and I just stuck with it.
That's what's up, man. That is awesome. I love this story. I swear.
Tootie, tell them though about the time where I hadn't exactly shed all of my Juilliardness. So everything was like
your Juilliardness. I like that.
Yeah, my Juilliardness. Everything was like way more serious than it really should have been. And it was her first audition, and she called me. It was your audition for Empire.
Oh yes.
And she called me, and please tell them what I told you.
Okay, so the line it was one line. It was my first audition. I had just got an agent maybe like 2 days before. And I had just moved to Chicago. It was my first audition ever in the professional world. And it was one line. It was, damn it, my daddy's going to kill me. That was it. And I told her, and I was like, oh my God, I got an audition. It's just one line. I don't know what to do with it. So she was like, Tootie, that line is loaded. That line is heavy. You gotta dig deep. And so I'm like, okay, like that whole night, we're on the phone for like hours talking about how I can get one line in the most powerful way.
I could just hear Bobby's voice say that too. Go ahead. Keep going. I want to hear this.
So I go in, and she's like, the line is, damn it, my daddy's gonna kill me. So she's like, oh, there's trauma. This girl, she has really been hurt by her dad. Like and she's like pumping me up. So like I go in the next day, and I'm like, the lady says, go ahead. And I'm like, I put my all into it. I wore 2 shirts because the thing said that she spilled something on her shirt, and she tries to get it out. She's like, oh, damn it, my daddy's gonna kill me. So I wore 2 shirts because that first shirt, I ripped it off. Toki said it was loaded.
Oh my
God.
So
the casting director was like, okay, that would be great if this was a horror film. And I was like, what? And she tells me, just say it regular.
Just say the line.
She tells me, just say it regular. Don't put no action on it. Just say it. So I just said it, and I got the role. But I was happy that it worked out that way, and I thank God for Toki's dramaticness, because that casting director knew that even though I could just say the line, I could just say how she wanted me to say it, she also knew that I could put more behind it if I needed to. If I needed to get dramatic, if I needed to dig deep, I could. So I actually was able to show something a lot of actors don't get the chance to show, because they go in and they do it, they just say it regular like how I was supposed to say it. So I'm very thankful of that moment, because I got to really show what I could do even though I didn't have to,
Wow, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Oh my God.
And that really taught me something too, Tootie, because I realized that I had a whole lot of extra that I was sometimes putting on stuff. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? And I remember I remember her telling you that, or you saying that she told you that. Just say the line. So sometimes when I get into like the overthinking, I tell me, just say the line. Like, just say the line.
Just say the line, yeah.
You know?
So
but,
I mean, go ahead.
It's so good to be one of those actors who. Oh, I was just gonna say it's good that we can go there, and then we have to have somebody say, "Okay, pull it back," rather than somebody say, "Can you give more? Can you give more?"
Exactly.
I'll just pull it back. I give you all I got, and I'll just pull that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So let me ask you this, because last week we had a reunion with Bobby's old castmates from Tyler Perry's House of Pain, and they talked about they talked about it, but I could just see like the closeness within the cast, like they had a real love for each other. Do you experience the same thing on the set of The Chi?
Absolutely. Especially with my little brother and Tyler Abercrombie, who plays my mom. I love them. I talk to Tyler on the phone for hours weekly.
Wow, that is so dope. That is
the guy who plays her brother, we feel some type of way because they look just alike, and it's like, is he ours?
Yes. Kudos to the casting person, because I was just like, they really look like brothers and sisters, like real talk.
They really do.
Real talk, man. It was like and big up to the kid Jacob Lattimore. He's an amazing actor as well. He's did he win the Oscar, or he should have won it if he didn't? Whatever, for the role he did in what's the movie, the Ava DuVernay movie he was in, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he was in one of the. I think it was in one of the Ava DuVernay movies. I can't remember, but no, he's a great actor as well. And I'm just that show. It's first of all just so realistic, and it's so gritty. It's like one of those shows. Once you start watching, you can't stop.
Right.
Like I think I'm addicted. I might have to go to therapy or something. I'm addicted.
Just wait. At the season 3 with Keisha had everybody's anxiety on 1,000. Trust. Like, we could not wait. And everybody I talked to was like, I would watch it. I would be just as hooked if it was not Tootie. Like, it's just that good. Tootie, talk to us. You had a really interesting story about the conversation that you had with the showrunner about how the storyline got centered around Keisha. And can you tell them? Can you tell them what the showrunner said about that?
Yes. So season 1 and season 2, there was a character that was a cop. It was a white cop, and they said they thought it was time to take the cop out of the storyline. So if they were going to take the cop out of the storyline, they needed another storyline that would make sense to not have any cops. And they thought, what's something that cops don't really involve themselves in? Like, what's an issue in Chicago where we can take the cop out and it will make sense? And they said, missing Black girls. Wow. So they called me up and they said, we want to change this up. We want to focus on missing Black girls. And are you down to do this? And I got chills. I was like, absolutely. Absolutely.
And can we just
here.
No, go ahead.
No. I'm sorry if I'm stepping over you. The audio,
it's all good.
I don't have my headphones in, so I'm hearing y'all a little late. But at the time, I was coming back and forth to Chicago, to film episode 1 and episode 2, and I would hear this girl's gone missing, that girl's gone missing. It was definitely a thing at the time, and so when he called me, I was like, "Oh, somebody's finally gonna touch on this. Okay, great, let's go."
Yep.
That's awesome.
And when you guys were in the thick of the season, what I thought was so interesting and timely was and really powerful. It's why it's a big part of why I think you do what you do. You made a difference. You as Keisha made a difference, because while Tootie was filming this, or was it when you had just gotten done, suddenly the world became super concerned about missing Black girls because, and I know that it was in large part because of The Chi, to the point where 40 Black girls were found during the airing of The Chi. When when we started looking for Keisha, when the world started looking for Keisha, the world started looking for the rest of them too.
That is beautiful.
And that was just, I know, I can't imagine what that did for your heart, Tootie.
Yeah, I'm about to cry right now. You talking about it?
Like I'm getting a lump in my throat. Like real talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember getting out of school and trying to get real specific about what I wanted, because, you know, as an actor, we just want to work, and it's like, I'll take this, I'll take that, and I just remember trying to be real specific and trying to ask God for exactly what I wanted. And I remember praying, I want to tell real stories, because I think art is supposed to reflect real life. And to play Keisha, to play a Black girl missing, and to see that 40 girls were found. I mean, it could have been 2 girls, but 40 girls were found. It was all just a dream come true. It was just, I felt like I was standing in my purpose.
Yes.
That's God's work right there. That's God's work right there. Absolutely.
John, before we let her go, I just want to say something real quick.
Oh, wait, trust me, I'm gonna get some dirt on you before I let her go. Go ahead.
So I just want to make sure that it's known that, you know, you asked her what her inspiration for becoming an actress was. She pointed to me. So I've got to point right back to her. She was a large part of why I came back. And I call her my hand.
Her and me, but go ahead.
Her and you.
Yo, Birgundi, I was hazing her. I was like, what are you doing? You got this gift. Like, stop sitting on it and get in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Well, I call Tootie. Sometimes I call her my Hannah, and not to her face, but in my mind, she's my Hannah and she's my ice cream truck. And let me tell you what that's about. So Hannah in the Bible. So it was Hannah, and then it was another one, I forgot her name. But they were in the same household, right? And one could have kids, one could birth something, and the other one could not. And I felt like the one that could not, right? Because I had been out of it for so long, to the point where I had convinced myself that I didn't want it anymore. And so when God blessed Tootie, God blessed me too, because it reminded me that, number one, wait a minute, I do still want this. And number two, it is still possible, because I can't say, well, no, she had a kid too, you know? So I could no longer say, oh, well, you know, that's for people with no kids, or this, that, and the third. Like, we were from the exact same household, and we were both mothers. And God showed me that it was still possible. And so she inspired me to come back. And I said, and that she was my Hannah, she was my ice cream truck. It's like, sometimes, you know, growing up in the hood or whatever, you can hear the ice cream truck and you know it's near. Just get ready. Get your money ready. It's coming. Like, sometimes it's far away, but just get ready. Get your stuff ready, because it's coming to your door. So she was the music. She was the music of my life to remind me that it was coming. She was my ice cream truck. So the same way she pointed to me as inspiration, I can point right back to her.
Wow, that is. Listen, first, I just want to thank you, sir. I just want to thank both of you queens, man. Like, both of you guys are so talented, and you're such a credit to your art, to your culture, and just keep doing the things that you're doing. I'm just, again, like, I'm not easily impressed, but I'm impressed with you, Birgundi. Like, I was just like, wow. And I see where you get it from. You get it from your auntie. So it's all love. It's all love. So sis, is there any, you know what? No, before I go, I'm a man of my word. So I need to hear something, Birgundi, that will embarrass your auntie before you leave. Tell us a funny story. You guys growing up. I just need one. That I can throw in her face every once in a while.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. A funny story.
And it's Bobby. I know you got it.
I know I know there's a ton.
I mean,
I should call my mama in here.
Yes, please. Call her in. Yes, call her in. We want to hear from the mom. Yes, absolutely. Bring her on. For real. Bring her on. Yeah, absolutely.
Mommy.
Absolutely. Yes. That's what we do right here.
You know.
Look, I ain't no telling what she about to tell these people.
I can't wait. Listen, that's what we do when he's the DJ, she's the actress. We get to the bottom of things. See, Bobby, this is your punishment for coming late. This is the haze.
Okay.
My sister love making me the butt of a joke.
So she got her scarf on, y'all.
Okay. We can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. So DJ Quick wants to know an embarrassing story that I could tell about Toki. I can't think of one.
Oh my gosh.
Toki, let me find out you done told them.
What mailbox?
She was riding the bike trying to impress the guys and renting.
Oh my God.
Come on. Please.
Oh my God. Yeah.
From here up. Come on.
Do we have any video of this incident?
No.
Dang.
Come on, tell it, because I wasn't there.
I can't really tell it like that.
Come on, Tweety. Hey, Tweety.
Hey, how you doing? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo.
John, that's my big sister.
Hey, big sister, how you doing? I'm your brother. I'm your brother from another mother. Nice to meet you.
I heard.
So set this up for me. So she was trying to holler at some dudes and wasn't looking where she was going. What happened?
She was on a bicycle, with some guys in the neighborhood, and she always wore this little dusty tangerine dress. The same one. It was like a little tank top dress with the ruffles.
Yeah.
With the ruffles at the waist. She was still kind of down at the time. And we live in a neighborhood where the mailbox is stuck out kind of far, close to the curb.
Yeah. And
it was some guys who lived right across the street from the park, And she saw the guys, and all of a sudden, all I want to do is zoom. For some reason, it came on her head.
Oh my God. Yo.
So it might have been playing in the car going by, but she was, trying to be cute and sexy, and she was talking about all I want to do is zoom, and as soon as she said boom, the mailbox, and she flipped.
Oh my God. I can't. So
and it was somebody else's bike.
Oh damn.
He wanted to the bike, and I broke it. I left it there.
Oh my God. Damn! So I'm surprised. What were you? You were okay after you fell off the bike and everything?
Yeah. I just skipped my knee. Got a little cute little.
I'm sorry. So this didn't inspire you to aside from being an actor, maybe a career in being a stunt woman?
No.
Okay. All right, let me stop. Yo, oh my God. Okay.
I don't think I've ridden a bike since to this day.
So I'm sorry. What's your name again? You're Tootie? She's Tootie. Which one is?
I'm Tweety.
Tweety. Tweety, it was a pleasure meeting you. And oh my gosh, you don't know how much. You just don't know how much joy you just brought to this podcast. Yes. Zoom. Yes.
You made my dream.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you. So Birgundi, I just want to say thank you, first of all, for coming on. Thank you for following me on IG. And also, speaking of IG, can you let the people know, that are, I'm sure they're fans of you, how they can reach you on social media?
Yes, you can reach me on Instagram at Birgundi Baker. That's BIRGUNDIBAKER. And thank you both so much for having me. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No doubt. Now, but before you go, now, isn't the Chi, they're going to debut the new season this weekend, correct? You ready? You excited?
Sunday, May 23rd.
You excited? Okay, that's what's up.
I'm so excited. We're still filming, so this is going to be my first time watching and working at the same time. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. That is so awesome. And again, you're super talented. I'm sure our listeners and and our viewers, they're fans of you, and just keep doing what you're doing, sis. Like you're doing that damn thing. That's the best way I can put it.
Thank you.
And look, my little podcast partner over there, she's just beaming right now.
I am
so proud. And you should be. I
am. She done come a long way. She come a long way from her VHS Olive Garden commercials, y'all.
That's what's up. When you hear your family.
That's your family.
Oh my God, this has been an amazing episode. All right, Birgundi, we gonna holler at you later, sis. Okay.
Say bye to Tootie. Say bye to Tootie.
Bye. Okay, love you both. Thank
you.
Hey
y'all. Look for our Spotify list.
So
for our Spotify listeners, let me give you the play-by-play.
Right,
both of the Baker boys just jumped in the picture, so they just want to say goodbye. So it's all good. But anyway, so listen. Oh, dang. How do I wait? My thing just went to full screen. Okay, here we go. Bobby.
Yeah.
This is a great episode. Like we giving the people what they want.
Listen.
Like honestly, I would do, normally what's on your mind, the segment, but what's on my mind is I want to get back to watching the Chi so I can catch up before Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thank you so much for putting me on. Like, and thank you for being my podcast partner. Like, you bring so much good to the table. Like, your damn family members are dope. That's when you lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be lit, but when your family members are lit too, it's just some next level. It's next level.
Well, first of all, thank you, John. Go ask your daddy. Thank you, John. And thank you for putting up with me in spite of my being late and never being able to find my headphones.
Hold on. I'm gonna be like Doodle on the Chi. No, you owe me. I like when people owe me.
but I do have a little something that I want to leave everybody with.
Cool.
Based on Tootie, based on Birgundi.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, same household, such a challenging career, very seldom do you have people from the same, city to, achieve success. But so how did y'all get success within the same household? But what I'll say to that is that's a testament to validation in the home and parents and the people who are in charge ushering you into your calling early. There was nothing that we said we wanted to do that we weren't allowed to do in the area of what we were interested in. Mm-hmm. Right? When she said she wanted to do dance, my sister put her in dance. When I said I wanted to say a speech at church, my mama let me do it. My pastor let me do it. So listening to children and letting them do what they're interested in early and fostering their interest, and most importantly, validating them is there you cannot put a price on validation in the home.
Facts.
And we made it a point to my parents made it a point to validate the mess out of us. And we do that with our children. We let them know that they are the absolute best things in this world and nothing can ever touch them. so that by the time they get into the world, they are soaring. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So just being validated and being confident and walking in your gifts and your interests early. Like, I just encourage all the parents to just do that for your children, and don't take your children's interests lightly, because, you know, they know more than you think. And yeah, so.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you continued to talk, because I'm glad I didn't sign off, because I actually do have something on my mind.
Yeah.
First of all, that was beautiful. That was well stated. And, you know, as someone who used to work in the schools, a lot of the validation that I gave, it wasn't being done at home.
Right.
And I understand how important that is. So yeah, I echo your sentiments 100%. What's on my mind is basically my friend. You may have heard, her name is Olivia Dope. She's a DJ, a really good DJ, a dope DJ, I might add. She was on a podcast on the Joe Budden Network. And it came to light this week. The reason she quit about 2 months ago is because Joe Budden sexually harassed her and just was very inappropriate, disrespected her, called her a bitch on the air, basically said on the, well, as a recording, he said, you know, hey, you know, your singleness is coming off of me. I want to F you, this, that, and the other. Like, and obviously everybody in the room's chuckling and laughing uneasily. So to not dampen the mood, she had to go along with it. But obviously she actually, you know, that was actually traumatizing for her. And she just, you know, I remember when she quit, I didn't understand why, because I felt it was a great opportunity. But after hearing her whole diatribe in terms of why she quit, and I mean, it was many incidents where he was just disrespectful to her, to the point, like, I would want to fight him. Like, if we were in the room and I heard him do that to her, because she's a dear friend of mine, he would have got these hands. Like, I can't stand dudes who take their power, who use their power to try to get girls or intimidate women and all that. That's lame to me. That's weak to me. You are not a man, bro. You're not. Right. That just tells me you were lame before you got your money. That's what it tells me. So, but with all that being said, you know,
you ain't no putting off, pump it up no more. Like, stop.
Exactly. So with that being said, I know she's going through a tough time after, you know, she's revealed all this. So I just want to send my love and prayers out to her. And I also want to say that, you know, I have her back no matter what. And, you know, to just, you know, take your time, because I know there's a healing process that needs, you know, to happen right now with her. You know, people, you know, say, oh, why she takes so long to say something. Until you walk a mile in someone else's shoes, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Because, you know, he could have easily tried to blackball her, things of that nature. And he did after she came out with the receipts, right? Times and everything. He did issue an apology day before yesterday. It was a lame apology, because it's one of those apologies you could tell he's only apologized because he got caught.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's not an apology. That's just to, like, I don't want to lose my corporate sponsors. That's what that is. So so I'm hashtagging Team Olivia Dope. You know what I'm saying? Sis, we got you. We what you did the other day to put that all out there, whatever. You are truly a heroine. And the ironic thing is, Bobby, she's actually one of my heroines of excellence of this year, for 2021. So God bless you, sis. Like, you are a superhero, and we love you. And that's what's on my mind. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, you know what it is. We had a great time, and this was the 13th episode. We got 2 more, sis. We got 2 more, and then we're gonna take a break, y'all. This will be the end of season 1. We'll do 15 episoes. So basically, we out. We gonna holler at you later. Peace. DJ John Quick, Bobby Baker, DJ John Quick, Bobby Baker.
He's the DJ, she's the actress. He's the DJ, she's the actress. He's the DJ, she's the